it's pretty early on. Just what are your early impressions of your position coach, Sean Butler?
Oh, I love him. Just coming from the league, I can learn more before I go there. I know he will make me better as a player and as a man. Just learning, just know we a family. Meeting his son, just feel like he was always my little brother. So things like that.
What are the benefits of someone with NFL experience, given that that's your goal, that's where you're trying to get?
Just learning more about what the defensive backs he's coached at the Bills. Just learning more about techniques and coverages. What should I expect in this play, and what helped me be a better player.
How beneficial was this offseason for you, knowing you know what position you're playing, you know where you are, just with what you were able to do last season? Just how freeing was that, knowing that you're not changing positions and you're sticking with DB?
Just focus on what I need to focus on. Last year I had to focus on multiple positions. I can focus on just one position and help me succeed at that one position and get me to the big leagues.
What did you, I guess confidence-wise, what did you gain from the way you kind of ended last season individually? I mean, you had a pretty strong finish to the season. How did that kind of carry over to spring, and how are you kind of carrying that into the start of fall camp this year too?
I already had a lot of competition, just with Trey Palmer and Billy Kemp, and just going this year into spring. I really didn't look at last year because that's what's the hope. I'm really looking at this year, just guarding the best receivers we got right now. Jay Lloyd, Jamal Banks, Isaiah, Nair. Just a few more, Malachi. Just bettering me as a player and helping them better them as a player and just compete at a high level.
Tommi, Coach Rule talked about how you spoke up at a senior retreat. I think that's what it was, senior retreat. You guys have that, like, what, during the summer, or what were the circumstances around that? And can you talk about too how you felt comfortable in that moment when, I don't know, would you have earlier in your career in a similar situation? Would you have spoken up?
At the early one, I really wouldn't have spoken up because I wasn't thinking I was going to be a leader. I just always try to listen and just help me better myself with listening to like Quinn Newsome, Omar Brown. But this year I have to speak up more because I'm trying to become a leader. But at the senior retreat, it was great. Just listening to people's stories and what they would expect from this team.
When and where did you guys do that?
We was at a lake house, so I can't swim, so so I was just on the boat cruising.
Yeah, like recently?
Yeah, recently. It was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Ever since you've been here, Q's kind of been the guy at corner. What's kind of the mindset going into camp, knowing it's kind of your turn to step up and you're kind of the guy this year?
Just trying to have the freshmen and sophomores and juniors look up to how I play and know if I play at a high level, they need to play at a high level. I don't really take nothing for granted, so if I make a bad play, it's the next play. So we always talk about 1%. I always think about the next play.
How much bigger are you, size-wise?
Oh, I'm at 205.
What did you play at last year?
185.
Okay. The year before that, were you even gained from your first year at Nebraska?
No, my first year I was like 175.
Okay, so that's a pretty significant change. Well, how do you ensure that adding that weight is not going to take away from your speed and your agility and movement?
Just working with Coach Campbell, Coach Hobbs, and all the coaches. They help me maintain this weight so I can keep at my speed and how I was at 175. I feel like I'm still at 175.
Is that mainly done for the purpose of being able to be physical, being a better in run support, working on jump balls? Like, what do you see as the advantage of being 205 at corner?
Just being more physical, more stronger, knowing I have to go at when I'm at the boundary going against a tight end. So I'll be feeling like I have an advantage of quickness and being more physical with him.
How does it feel for you out there? I mean, is it you feel like a different guy?
Yeah, I feel like a different guy. More physical, not scared to hit. Just take on any challenges, bigger receivers, smaller receivers. Just feel like I can move at any pace.
Hey, Tommi, John Butler, what were the first things he said to you? I mean, he's worked with a lot of pros and guys. I mean, what were his kind of first words to you about your game and kind of what he wants to work with you on?
We didn't really speak that much, but when he first saw me, he was like, "Oh, you big."
What do you think of him so far? Just his personality, and I know having a change like that's probably not easy for anybody. But you've dealt with position coach changes now at Nebraska. I mean, how do you go about this change?
It's a great change having a coach who coming from the league that I can learn from. Just having more perspective on myself with him. Just making him help me be a better player and learning from what he had at the Bills. So things like that.
Kind of the new group of wide receivers have been in. Is there kind of a new level of competition at practice?
Yeah, it's competition every year. It's more physical now, just having more big receivers, guarding them more better, just knowing how to move with them, learning their routes and techniques. But they are all good, so you just got to compete in the fall.
There's been a lot of talk about the physical growth, but what about from a mental perspective? Like, how have you seen yourself grow mentally, but also like as a leader as you're heading into this year?
Just being with Coach Rule, he helped me change my ways as a player and as a man. Like I said in my interview on Chasing Three, if you don't want to keep a smile on your face, you just don't show your emotions. So that helped me really become a better man since last year and this year.
It sounds like things that you have said have impacted him as well, because he talked about that comment at the senior retreat where you basically said there's no sympathy, we need to win. Can you talk through some of that mindset, that mentality that you're hopefully then bringing to other people on the team?
Coach Rule, he asked all of the seniors, he was like, what do we need to succeed this year? I told him truthfully, I just know I can talk to him as a man. Don't share no sympathy. Like I always had a phrase that was in my head is Gabos, game ain't based on sympathy. So it just feel like if you play at a high standard and you make good plays, bad plays, you won't get emotional.
How do you then take that next step to also like keep instilling that with not only like you said it's always been competition, it's always been physical like the team, but like that mentality of like we can do this, because Rule said at Big Ten Media Days, like we've got to get better on the road, we've got to we've got to just take that next step. So how do you take what you're just saying and now get everybody else moving in that direction?
Just watching the freshmen when they had a big play caught on them, they had their head down. Sometimes I run to them, sometimes I yell at them, not as a mad yell, just keep your head up. DBs get beat. At that point I didn't normally knew that, but just learning the progress of this Coach Rule had, it just helped me and helped the players say sympathy ain't based on this sport we're playing.
What's kind of next for you this year that you want to show individually, what you can do? I mean, what do you feel like you haven't shown yet on the field that you kind of have in you?
When I get beat, don't show emotion, because I used to show emotional. Just not try to carry on with the team. Like if they see me being down, I don't want them to be down either. So I just want to see everybody up and make their dreams come true.
With the Colorado game being week 2 and a big part of that game will be how the secondary plays, is that kind of on your mind throughout camp, or is it kind of just a day-by-day approach? Or
yeah,
is
it's
that
a
kind of
day-by-day. We always trying to get 1% better. Coach Rule always say that. So we worry about UTEP right now. So after Colorado, that's when Colorado comes.
You've probably been asked about this many times. You've probably thought about it a lot too.
But that whole weird situation in 22 where they moved you to receiver, and then and maybe you weren't sure what you were going to do. As you reflect back on that, how did you grow from that weird 8-game period of time where you weren't playing the position that everybody kind of knows you're good at?
With speaking with Coach Rule, I just try to play what a team needed me. I'm not really a selfish player. I really try to make the team better. But at the end of the season, they picked me at corner at full time, and I just had to show them what I had to do.
Was that refreshing that they told you they came in? Do you remember that conversation when they come? When Tommi White's there and Rule's there, what they said to you about, hey, we're going to move you back to corner, or what did they say?
They said we're gonna move you back because Quinn Newsom had an injury, so said we're gonna need you back. We just need your mindset to be at a high level, and I respected that. Then ever since, me and Coach Coop, Coach Tommi White, Coach Rule, they just made me better.
Is there, obviously Coach Coop is not here now, but how much in that brief time do you owe him just for developing you and believing in you?
Oh, I owe him a lot. Just having him as a bigger brother. I used to always call him Big Bro when no one's around. He had faith in me, and I never really had that at my years of age. So that really helped me in my heart and helped me grind to where I'm at now.
Tommi, with some of these new Pac-12 schools coming to the Big Ten, you played in that league for a while too. What's that transition going to be like for them? What's kind of the contrast in styles, would you say?
They better be ready to hit. So the Big Ten, it's a lot of big bodies. Pac-12, it was big bodies, but a lot of 7-on-7 football. So that really helped me coming in, playing man good, and being more competitive, pressing, to be ready.
How long did it take you to make that transition, having your head from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten, or what was that kind of moment where you're like, this is going to be a little different?
When I first got hit by Fedoni, that's when I had to feel, oh yeah, this is different. So just being at a bigger weight at 205, I just feel like I play better in the Big Ten.
And conversely, what might you tell your Big Ten defensive teammates about skill players in the Pac-12?
Our defense can really play. They ain't scared of nothing. It's just more quickness in Pac-12. And I know they ain't gonna shy away from it, so I know we're gonna play good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Thank you.